Alright, so in this video I'm going to be showing off how to do the inside info end trigger route. Basically, we've already done the door clip, and now that we're behind the door, there are a few things I need to explain, so bear with me, this video will probably be a longer one. First of all, right in front of me right now are three things that are all invisible but are all important to note. Here's what they are. As you can see, right in front of me is a fade out trigger that normally if I hit a fade out trigger I would fade out and then get warped back to wherever the fade out trigger was supposed to warp you to. But since I'm falling, what the fade out trigger will do is it will fade me out and then kill me and reload my save. And right behind the fade out trigger is an invisible wall, which if you hit it, it will do exactly what a wall is supposed to do. And right behind that is the end trigger for the level. So how can we hit the end trigger? Well, there are a few things to try. First of all, we could do a long jump, which, as you can see, causes us to run right into the invisible wall. That doesn't really work for us. So, what else could we try? One sec. Like you can see, a long jump causes you to just run right into the invisible wall because you have too much speed. So what else could we try? Well, could we try slashing off the edge? Because that would get us quite a bit less speed than a long jump would. So let's try just slashing off the edge. Unfortunately, that also causes us to run into that invisible wall. So what could we try in order to make it to the end trigger without running into the invisible wall? Well, what if instead of going straight forward, we went at a more diagonal angle? Because then we might be able to reach the end trigger better. So let's try that. Let's try at a diagonal angle. Let's try just slashing off the edge. As you can see, that doesn't work because you don't get far enough. Even if you manage to avoid the invisible wall like that, you still don't reach the end trigger. So what else can we do? Well, there is one more thing that we can try. And that is, we can try doing a slash off the edge and add a jump attack in to try to reach the end trigger. And that actually will let us reach the end trigger in the end. As you can see, that actually ends up working. So I'm going to try that here real quick. And as you can see, you hit the end trigger with that pretty easily, actually. Now, there's a few other things that I want to mention that could happen when you're trying this, so I will go ahead and reload my save real quick so I can show those off. I want to talk about zombie mode, which is something that you can get from this trick especially. You used to be able to get it from the Warm Welcome route, but we've since updated the route so you can't get it from that route anymore. Basically, zombie mode is what happens when the game kills you, but at the same time thinks that you should be alive for something, such as if you save while dead, then you'll get zombie mode. There's a few ways to get zombie mode, and one of them is actually right here in this route, and I'll explain what you should do if you get zombie mode. But let me just get back down real quick. Basically, zombie mode happens when you hit the fade out trigger, and the fade out trigger tries to warp you back up, but you hit one of those ledges on the ground, or one of those pieces of the ground, before the fade out trigger is able to warp you back up. So I'll show what that would look like. As you can see, the camera is kind of hovering above my head weirdly. I'm not able to turn the camera really, and eventually it will start fading out and kill me. So what you want to do if that happens is just long jump into the fade out trigger, and you'll get killed, but you'll warp back up here. And you already know what happens if you miss the trick the regular way, you just get warped back. So that's really all I have to explain for this level.